everyone. My name is Prachi Daya and I'm a junior research fellow in Savitribai Phule Pune University. I also work as a freelance peer reviewer for a reputed journal. So today's video is about the tips and tricks to qualify the UGC NET JRF Paper 1. So this is one of the requested video which I have got from people that please make a video on this, that how we can prepare for the paper 1, because this paper is considered as the qualifying paper. So what do I mean by that is that you require at least 40% marks if you are in the unreserved category, which is the general category, and 35% marks minimum to qualify if you are from the unreserved category. Okay, so the today's video will be about the general paper on teaching and research aptitude. So the agenda of today's video is that we'll discuss about what is the weightage of questions for paper number 1. So there is an entire different syllabus for paper number 1, and if you are from any domain, whether you are from management, commerce, English, whatever is your domain of giving the exam, this paper is going to be same for everyone. Okay, then we'll discuss about the syllabus of paper 1, what are the units. Okay, then how to prepare for paper 1. So I'll tell you some of the tricks which I applied when I was preparing, and which proved to be successful for me to qualify the exam. Then the books which you can refer for paper 1. So practice is the key, always revision and practice. So I'll tell you some of the books which you can refer. Then I'll give you a link to quiz which you can practice. Okay, and that will help you to assess your benchmark, where you are, and where you have to go. Okay, like how much long is the way for you. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So starting with, like, what should be the what the paper entails. Okay, so we know that the mode of examination now is totally online. The duration of examination, it's 180 minutes for 150 questions. So you have a minute and more to solve one question. Then all the questions are objective, so this is one of the biggest help. Okay, because you do not have to write anything like CA exams. Okay, so this is totally objective. Then the marking scheme is that there is no negative marking, and for every right answer you get 2 marks. Okay, so 150 question, 300 total marks. And the medium of the examination, the language in which the examination will be asked, okay, that will be English and Hindi. One trick from the starting of the video is that many times what happens is that when you are not able to infer that what the question is asking, sometimes it gets very easy when you read it in Hindi. Okay, so I would say that it's one of the advantage for the people who speak Hindi, but there's nothing to matter about. The more you practice, the more you'll be able to solve the question. So I don't even think that many a times you get the time to even read the same question in English and in Hindi. Okay, now going forward, that what is the paper about? Okay, so it will assess your teaching and research aptitude. Like, they will ask you the situational questions on teaching. Okay, or they will ask you some situational question on how you will solve a problem in a class. Kind of situational questions will be asked to you. Then there will be basic questions related to research, because this paper is about qualifying for the junior research fellowship. So that's why there will be questions on research. Okay, then this paper will assess your divergent thinking and your general awareness. So even if you go for job interviews, that time also they have different levels to get to the interview. So before that, they also have the general aptitude. So the following is the list of the syllabus of the subjects in the syllabus. So the first is teaching aptitude, and the number of questions which are asked in teaching aptitude will be 5 to 6. So this will be the range of questions for every subject. So here you can see whether it's teaching, research, for all the 10 subjects, the range of questions which will be asked will be from 5 to 6, and some can be 6, then one can be 4. So the range, the average is always 5 questions from every unit. And here, for your help, I have also mentioned the difficulty level, so that you can process that on which subject you have to focus more, you have to practice more or revision more, as in comparison to some other. Like for example, the teaching aptitude. Difficult. Okay. So this subject is going to be difficult. So please focus more on teaching aptitude. So please do revision and practice more of it. Okay, because this you are going to apply even in your daily job. Okay, in your job as an assistant professor, you are going to use all these situational questions. Okay, so if similarly, the difficulty level of research aptitude unit will also be difficult. Okay, so because you will be eligible to to be a junior research fellow in any good institute or university, so they expect that you should have a good knowledge, a good basic knowledge of research. Okay, so there will be question related to hypothesis, what is the confidence interval, what are the different type of errors, okay, what is skewness, what is kurtosis, okay, some basic quant question, and more of the research question like what is the sampling method you use and all that. Okay, then coming to the reading comprehension, this is going to be a bit easy. Okay, so this we are doing from class 4th and 5th, solving reading comprehensions in English grammar. We are doing it. Okay, so this you won't find much difficulty, but I'll say that oftenly at least practice 1 or 2 RC. Okay, that will help you to increase your speed in solving. Okay, then communication, this is going to be a moderate level, but when I gave my exam, I felt that the questions on communication were a bit difficult, not moderate, but that was my experience. Okay, someone else can have some other experience, but I would say that don't take it lightly. The syllabus of communication unit may find to be easy, okay, but it's not. Don't take it lightly. I took it lightly and I faced that, but I would prefer you to not do that. Then reasoning, that will be including maths and all. Okay, they will ask you question about fractions, percentages and all that. Okay, simple question related to your maths of class 8th. Okay, not even 9th and 10th. Okay, some people may scare you by saying that they ask till class 10th, but I would say that yes, sometimes 1 or 2 question, if you are running out of luck in your exam, that time may be a difficult question, but generally it's still your class 8th. Okay, then logical reasoning, this is going to be easy, not as difficult as people come across in their bank examination. Okay, all that, so it's not going to be of that level. Okay, then data interpretation is going to be moderate for the people who have not practiced it enough or who are quite weak in mathematics. Okay, but if you are good with numbers, okay, and if you have practiced much of them, then you will find it to be easy. Okay, so it depends upon how you have experienced it. Like for communication, for me the communication was a difficult topic, but for me data interpretation was very easy. Okay, I won't even say easy, it was very easy for me. Okay, because I had practiced it beforehand only. Okay, then information and communication technology, yes, this is going to be moderate, not very difficult. 1 and 2 1 and 2 topics are going to be quite difficult because they'll be new to people who are not from computers background. Okay, like I'm from a commerce background, so I found it difficult to do the conversion questions from binary number system to decimal number system, octagonal, hexagonal, all that. So I found those questions to be quite difficult because those were very new to me, because those kind of questions come to the people who do BSc or of the BTech background. Then okay, people and environment, the question related to this is going to be difficult, and difficult because in this they ask you question about the chemicals. Okay, like what do I mean by chemicals? Like they will ask you like which gas is used in refrigerators. Okay, so you have to read these questions. Okay, you have to learn more of these and practice more of these questions. And please practice question of last 5 to 10 years. I won't say just 5 years. I'll say 5 to 10 years. That's what the range I'm putting. It can be 6 years, 8 years, anything. Okay, but practice a lot of questions from people and environment, because the question keeps on repeating. I won't say the similar question is going to come, but yes, for example, they asked about the gas of refrigerator. Okay, the higher education unit. Okay, these are going to be difficult. Now, why these are going to be difficult? Because they can ask you question about the educational institutes, about the educational bodies, and all that. Okay, now what do I mean by these educational institutes? Like they can ask you like what is the ranking of the following colleges in this year. Okay, or they can ask you question about what are the objectives of UGC. Okay, what are the objectives of AICTE? Which of the following institute is a statutory body? So like that kind of question can be asked to you. Okay, then let's discuss all of these subjects, all of these units in a bit more comprehensive manner. Okay, so we'll start with the teaching aptitude. So firstly, study the basic, which is the teaching concept, objectives, level of teaching. Okay, characteristic, basic requirement, what are the learners characteristics. So in this they can ask you the situational questions. Okay, like the characteristic of adolescent and adult learners. So learners means students. Okay, so these kind of situational questions can be asked to you. Okay, then behavior of effective teaching. So an effective teacher has what kind of behavior? So that kind of question can come to you. Then they can even ask you questions on different reports signed, different memorandum of understanding signed between two universities. That kind of question can be asked. Then question on quotes also can come. Like a quote will be given to you by Swami Vivekanand. Okay, and they will ask you question on that. Fine, and then in this they will ask you even question related to assertion and reasoning. One argument will be put to you. Okay, and then one more statement will be put to you as the reason of it. Then you have to tell whether whether the following reason is right for this assertion or this premise. Okay, or is it wrong? Is both A and R, means assertion and reason, both are wrong or both are right? Okay, or is reason right, assertion wrong? So like that they can ask you. Okay, then factors of teaching related to teachers, learners, support material, like these kind of questions can also come. Okay, so situational questions can come related to this. Then what are the methods of teaching in institution of higher learning? This type of question can also come. Then even the question related to teaching support system, traditional teaching support system which were used by teachers. Okay, what props they were using in the class. Okay, so like teachers used to make a chart, okay, on a chart paper, and then they used to show you, or they used to make a diagram on the chart on the blackboard, all that. Now what are the modern methods which they use? Okay, they bring PPT presentations on their pen drive, and then they show you on the projector, all that. Then evaluation systems which are used. So these kind of question will be there in the exam. Then coming to the next, which is the research aptitude. So the syllabus is going to be quite wide. So I will say that please don't stick just to this syllabus. Use some good reference materials, which I'll let you know. Okay, which one of are those? Okay, which you can refer. Okay, so in the research aptitude there can be question related to what is the meaning of research, what are the different type of research. Okay, ex post facto research, experimental research, survey research, all these type of question. Then they will ask you these views. Okay, world views. Okay, then what is positivism, then what is post positive approach, all this they will ask you. Okay, so this positivism and this post-positivist approach, all these are part of the worldview. Okay, then what are the methods of research used, what are the steps to research. So the question related to step of research is the most frequent one which come in the exam. Okay, so for example, introduction, literature review, research gap, objectives of the study, hypothesis frame, conclusion. Please arrange them in the proper sequence. This type of question can come to you. Okay, or introduction, data collection, okay, then conclusion, then data analysis. Please put them in the right order. This kind of question, there will be options, okay, and then you have to choose the correct order. Fine. Then thesis and article writing, what is the format and style of referencing? Okay, if you are from the social science background, which reference you will use? Definitely APA 7. So in my last video of how to write a research paper, I have mentioned that what is the referencing style. Okay, then if you are from medical field, which one you will use? Okay, if you are from the science field, which one you will use? So everyone have the different style, so you have to remember. Then application of information and communication technology in research, so question related to that, and research ethics. This can also come in the exam, these kind of question. So please be prepared with this, okay, because the name of this paper is only general paper on teaching and research aptitude, so good question will be expected, okay, on this. Then coming to the next unit, which is the comprehension, reading comprehension. So a passage of text will be given to you, and then 4 to 5 questions following that text will be asked. So here I will give you a good trick, is that always firstly read the question, read what they are asking, mark that. Okay, so for example, they are asking about the objective of Indian education system. So our reading comprehension has come to you related to the Indian education system. Okay, so there please firstly mark what is the objective of Indian education system. So that was question 1 following to your reading comprehension. Okay, so do that. Then let's say the next question is, what is the aim of this passage? Okay, so now then once you have read all the questions, then go to the text of the passage, and there you mark where these words are and read the lines before and after that, and then mark the relevant answer. Okay, that will help you to quickly solve each and every question. So many students do what? They read the text first, then they read the question, then they again go to the text, then they read it whole again, and they waste a lot of time. So don't do that. Okay, now coming to the next unit, which is the UGC NET communication syllabus. Fine. So this unit is communication. I have warned you before that during my time I took this lightly. I thought that the level of questions to be asked will be medium, but it was not like that. The questions which were asked were a bit difficult. Okay, so the questions which can be asked will be related to what is the meaning of communication, types of communication, okay, and some situational questions can also be asked to you on this. Okay, then what are the correct components of communication, like that. Assertion and reasoning question also come in this, and those are the questions which we find a bit difficult because those are actually tricky. They're asking you whether statement 1 is right or whether statement 2 is right, whether both are right, whether both are wrong. Okay, so we get a bit confused by that. Okay, so please keep on practicing more and more, and the key to solve these questions is to be confident. Okay, if you thought that from your gut feeling and from your the brain, okay, both are saying the same thing, that yes, this is right, so definitely that will be right. Okay, many a times what we think is that our memory is saying that yes, this answer is right, but we are not getting the gut feeling that I don't know whether it is going to be right or wrong. So don't do that. Practice more and more question. Develop your muscle power more and more by practicing. Okay, then coming to questions will be related to what are the verbal communication, what are the non-verbal communication, language, communication, all that will be asked to you. Okay, like what are the different space level, okay, or how much meter of space should be there for a formal communication, for an informal communication. So like this type of question will come to you. What are the group communications? Okay, what are the barriers to effective communication? Okay, a big flag to this question, please. Many a time this question is asked. What are the what is the effective communication, and what are the barriers to effective communication? Then mass media and society, questions on this can also come. Okay, then coming to the next, which is the reasoning. Fine. So in reasoning, there will be questions related to letter series, number series, codes and relationships. Then there can be question related to calendar. In calendar, they will ask you question like what day will be on 7th July 2023. So you have to solve that. Okay, so I'll make a video on that, how to solve the calendar question, and you can put a request in the comment section that which topic you want me to make a video on, and I'll make that, and I'll make sure that you understand that. Okay, so because these questions on calendar and all these can be a bit tricky. Okay, then there can be questions on the direction sense. Okay, so a person named Mohan is going to the right, then took a left, then again went into the north direction, then he took a right, then he went to the south. So like that, like how much is the total path he has covered? So these type of question can come to you. Then blood relation question. Okay, these can come. She is the wife of the husband of the this, like these kind of questions come. Okay, then as I mentioned, some question related to maths. Okay, like fraction, time and distance, then ratio and proportion, percentage, profit and loss, interest and discounting, and average. These kind of question can come. So please just practice this unit. Okay, this will be the only solution to reach 5 out of 5 in this. Okay, then next, moving to what is the logical reasoning. Okay, so the syllabus of logical reasoning will be that many questions will be asked to you for the argument questions. Okay, so let's say all A are B. This is the premise. Okay, then they have given you the conclusion, all A are C. So now here, all B are C. Okay, now you have to come to the conclusion of this. Okay, so we will say that all A are B and all B are C. It means all A are C. Fine. So these type of question will come to you. Then there will be assertion and reasoning type of question in this also. Okay. Moreover, you will find some deductive and inductive reasoning questions. There will be Indian logic. Okay. Then pramanas. Okay. So these are very much frequently asked. Not just one question, even 2 questions on just this topic can be asked to you. So please properly prepare for this. Then what are the structure and kind of anuma, vyapati, hatva bhasas, all that will come to you. So many questions are from the last 2-3 years are asked on this. Okay, so please properly prepare this. Now coming to the next unit, which is the data interpretation syllabus. So I have already told you that practice is the key for data interpretation. When I was preparing, I found this to be very easy because I practiced a lot of DI questions. And the DI questions will include the questions related to percentage, related to fraction, related to number system. Okay, all these will come in the DI. Like they will ask you. So for example, like they will make a pie chart. And in the pie chart, they will divide it. They will say that people who speak English are 40%. People who speak Hindi are just 10%. People who speak Marathi are 15%. Okay, people who speak Malayali are 5%. Okay, like this they will divide the whole class of 50 students. And now what you have to do, now they will ask you a question, 5 to 6 questions related to this pie chart. And they will ask you how many total number of students speak English in the class. So the answer will be 50 students total into 40% who speak English means 20 students speak English. So like these kind of question will come to you, or they will make a line graph and you have to solve it. They will make a histogram and you have to solve it. So these kind of question will come to you. Then going to the next, which is the next is information and communication technology. Here they will ask you question about the different abbreviations for different terminologies. Okay, like they will ask you about what is DBMS, database management system. They will ask you what is booting, what is firewall. Okay, what is MICR, magnetic ink. Yeah, so like these kind of question they will ask you. They can ask you which is the largest unit, zettabyte, gigabyte, kilobyte, like these kind of question. Or they can ask you 1 byte is equal to how many bits? Is it equal to 8 bits? Is it equal to let's say 16 bits? Is it equal to 264 bits? Like that. So you have to mark. So the right is 8 bits. So, or they can even make you like 2 to the power 3. Okay, so 2 to the power 3 is what? 8. 2 to the 4 to the 8. Okay, so like that. So they can put questions like this. Then they can even ask you question about the networking. Okay, like what is star networking method? They can ask you about that. They can ask you even about the language. So these kind of question can come to you. Then what are the different digital initiatives taken in the higher education system? So like the SWAM, MOOCs, all that. Okay. Then ICT and governance. Some questions related to this can also be asked, like what are the different act which has been put by the government, okay, related to the governance on the information and communication technology. Okay, now coming to the next unit, which is the people development and environment syllabus. This I told you, I found this to be quite difficult because the question related to this are not what we see in our course oftenly. Okay, so please read a bit of newspaper for these. Okay, because these are also a general questions. Okay, so if you'll ask a person from chemistry background, he'll say these are so general question, why are you worried about me? But these are totally different from our domain, so that's why we found it to be difficult. So I come from commerce background, so I found these to be a bit tricky. I required much more practice, much more revision to remember like what is chlorofluorocarbon. Okay, so and greenhouse gas. So greenhouse gas is a very popular one, so that's why we know more about it. They can ask you about what is carbon footprint and all that. So please be prepared with that. Then the what are the different type of pollutions. Okay, so here it's given to you. Air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, waste. Okay, different type of waste, what is climate change, all that, impact of pollutants on human health. Okay, so like they will ask you that the smog in the NCR, which is Delhi area, the National Capital Region. So during winters, there is smog. Okay, so what are the different gases which create this pollutants? So these kind of questions can come to you, oftenly asked. That's why I'm telling you. Then what are the natural hazards and disaster strategies which is used by the government? Which is the what is the National Disaster Management Authority? Okay, all that, natural and energy resource. All these kind of questions. Then they can ask you even about what is lithosphere, what is stratosphere, okay, hydrosphere, atmosphere, okay, which one is related to what, okay, like these kind of questions. Even question on sustainable development goals. always a popular topic. Okay, so please read all the 17 sustainable development goals, agenda 2030. Please read those, very important. Then they can even ask you general question that when is the world health day, when is the world population day, when is the world ozone day, what is Kyoto protocol, what is Paris agreement. All these kind of questions can come to you. Then going to the next one, which is that is the higher education system. This is the last unit, so many questions related to this will also come. So they can ask you institution of higher learning and education in ancient India. Okay, they can ask you about the Takshila University, Nalanda University. Then how the evolution of higher learning was done post independence. What is oriental, conventional, non-conventional learning programs. Okay, value education, environmental education, all that they will ask you. Okay, now one thing, they can ask you questions even on, for example, UGC, AICTE. Okay, then what is NAC. Okay, what is the objective of NAC, what is the working of NAC, they can ask you question on that. Okay, then which are the institutes of eminence, they can ask you question even on that. Okay, what are the different MOOC platforms. They can, like during my time they asked a question about which is the first institute which started the information and communication technology in their university in India. That kind of question can come to you. Then one more, what sorry, so they can even ask you question related to QS world ranking. Where is the following Indian university, where is the what is the Savitri Bai Phule Pune University's ranking in the QS world ranking. Okay, then they can even ask you question on NEP 2020, a very hot topic, national education policy. They can ask you question to you regarding that also. Okay, so being the future assistant professors and JRF, you should know what is national education policy. Okay, so they can ask you question on that. Then what is the NIRF ranking. My time they asked one question related to out of which of the following four colleges, which one was the top which was the top which was on the list of top 10 in the NIRF ranking. So these kind of question. Then what is the objective of RUSA. Okay, Rashtriya Uchitar Shiksha Abhiyan, they can ask you question on that. Or which one of the following four is the statutory body. So these kind of questions can be asked to you. So please be very much prepared with all of these questions. And as I say again and again, practice is the key, revision is the key. So practice as you can. So now I will say that I met the benchmark for me when I was preparing was to get at least 30 questions right out of 50. And if I want to qualify my JRF, at least 35 question out of I said 40, 30 out of 50. If you want to qualify your JRF, at least 35 out of 50. I will tell you, I got 33 out of 50, right? But I got very good marks in my paper 2 and paper 3. My time, it was paper 2 and 3, okay? But now it's just paper 2. So that's why it's good for you. You have less number of questions to answer. So please make a target to get minimum 35 out of 50. Okay, then firstly list your strong and weak subject. Do a SWOT analysis like we do like we have learned in a strategic management. What are your strengths, what are your weakness, what are your opportunity, and what are your threats. Now we don't say threats, we say challenges. So please mark your challenging subject which you find to be sweating more in. Okay, so I used to sweat very much in people and environment. Okay, so I marked it that I need to study more this subject. Okay, I sweat more in communication, so I marked it that I have to work more on this subject. This is my weak subject and I have to work more on that. Make all your subjects strong, practice more on which more is needed. Okay, then practice the shortcut tricks for solving the RC like I told you. Okay, don't read the text first, just directly go to the question, mark the important points in that, and then go to the text to mark the answers. Then in mathematical aptitude, okay, to solve percentage fastly, do prepare, practice more, build your muscle power, that will help you. Then logical reasoning and DI, okay, practice more and more, that will help you to prepare like this. Like for example, um, 40% of 50, 20, 60% of 50, 30, like this should come, okay, like that. Then time management, very important. Then attempt mock test. From the start of the video, I'm saying that practice is the key to success. Read newspaper for the questions related to higher education system, like world QS world ranking, NIRF world ranking. So at least be somewhere be related to the newspaper. Don't read newspaper wholly like people prepare for IAS. No need to do that. But at least be aware about the news. Okay. But don't overload yourself with too many study material. Don't do that, please. Now I'll tell you the books which you can refer. So the books which you can refer is either by Harpreet Kaur, the NTA UGC Paper 1. Okay, then either you can use the Pearson and KVS Madan book for paper 1, and you can also use R Gupta's book for the previous year papers. So this R Gupta include only the previous year questions. So please buy this. I will tell you that this is very important that you practice each and every question. So please do that. Buy this book for sure, R Gupta. Out of these two, you can buy any. Like I used this Harpreet Kaur, which I mentioned here, the Oxford one. This book is very nice. I use this. Okay. Even the Truman have one book for paper 1. I didn't found that to be much more effective. Okay, of Truman. For paper 2, definitely buy that. That is good for paper 2. But for paper 1, I won't recommend you because I bought both of them. Okay, this Harpreet Kaur and even the Truman. But I found this one to be much more better. Then coming to assess your current level. So please I would recommend you, okay, that I myself have made mock test, okay, 5 mock tests for 500 rupees. So these mock tests which I have prepared are similar to the same environment which you will be getting in your paper. Okay, so if you will solve these questions, it will definitely help you to boost your confidence when you are preparing for your UGC NET, and it is with the similar line to how the question will appear in your exam. Okay, so if you want to buy that, you can just contact me. I'll put my contact in the comment section. Okay, and then you can contact me, and even for full course if you want, okay, you can contact me, and I have batches available with me where you can start preparing. Okay.